Tell me what you. All right. You guys gonna have to start growing up. American soccer fans, y'all. I swear, American sports fans gotta be the worst, the most hypocritical. Whatever you want to call it. That and the British media's shit too. But holy crap! I mean, look, guys, you can't just give people playing time. That's what I want to open up the show. You can't. You don't just give somebody a minute. You have to earn playing time. And it's interesting the excuses that this media comes up with. You know what I'm saying? Just to help whatever, just to help this man not look bad, even though he has not been that good. Fair use. We're gonna react to this. Apparently, Pulisic was riding the bench so hard that he had time to make a book. And guys, there's gonna be no sound effects today. I'm editing it. Um, I got some new sound effects for you soon, but I'm gonna be doing it manually. So back to this. Pulisic at the age of 24 has written a book, um, and it's basically him criticizing his coach. Let's see what excuses they got for this guy.
Next month, my journey so far. Part of it, he has a go at Thomas Tuchel about not starting him in the second leg of the semi-final of the Champions League back in 2021. He says, Tuchel told me that he was resting me for the second leg, and as a result, I didn't play a single minute in the Fulham game. Then on match day of the second semi, Tuchel tells me he's changed his mind and he's going with Kai. I honestly was dumbfounded and very disappointed. I thought that I'd earned a start, and most importantly, he had assured me previously I was going to...
Boo fucking who? That's sports, bro. Do you know how many let's just take it off football, for example. Let's go to American football. Hand egg, as we as British people like to call it. Do you know how many recruits have been promised to be the guy, you know what I mean, of that position? Do you know how many recruits have been told this by recruiters, and then they get to the campus and they're not sniffing a lick of playing time? This happens to a lot of people. This is not like the coach told me he was going to be the guy. Do you know how many people have that story? Didn't you guys make fun of Skip Bayless for having that story? Anyway, let's go. First of all, Kai Havertz is better than Pulisic, by the way.
Start. Out of the things, of course, he gets the assist that then leads them to beat Real Madrid. He says in the first leg, he made a run that Thomas Tuchel told him not to make, and then he scored a goal. Oh, it's very dramatic.
That's very common. Like, most, dude, most of those people that you see doing these kind of skills or dribbling on the pitch, their coach doesn't want them to do that. Like most football coaches, they want you to pass and move. They don't even want you to hold the ball, or they'll get mad at you, even if you're the best player on the team. For the people that I'm just letting you know, for the people that don't follow, for the American soccer fans, we call it soccer here in America, but it's football. So just to let you guys know, coaches, they don't even want you dribbling the ball for the most part, unless if you're like the coach's son or something like that. But if they don't know you, they don't even want you dribbling the ball. They want you passing, moving, one-touch shooting, even if you're the best dribbler on the team. They rather you pass and move than you lose the ball. You know what I mean? Most brilliant stuff that football players do on the pitch is against the coach's wishes. You always, to do something special or to do something interesting, you have to take a risk. You know what I mean? That's how you make a name for yourself. You know what I mean? So That's nothing to me.
Gab.
Yeah, I mean, it's the one thing about this, which I find really fascinating. We may get the answer to this is having written several books with footballers in the past. I know there's a lead time in this. So
Now, hold on for 1 sec. In this part, he just basically just babbles on. So we're gonna skip to Steve, and because I watched this video a little bit already, but let's skip to Steve because he said something interesting.
Clearly and unsurprisingly,
Millionaire.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Right here.
Why do you need to write a book? You're a multi-millionaire.
I have no idea. I have no idea. I would say, though, that clearly and unsurprisingly, Tuchel had lost him. And so it makes no difference to Pulisic what Tuchel thinks of this book, whether Tuchel was still there or not, because he's completely lost him. You can't do that with players. If you tell a player something, or you promise a player something, and you don't, you turn around at the last minute and say, oh, by the way, I've changed my mind, you've lost them.
Right.
Forget it.
So you see, this is where I have the problem here. This is the part I wanted to come to. So now, when it comes to Pulisic, it matters what the player wants, not about what's best for the team. That's very interesting. You don't know how many times players try to make a case for themselves, and they've been called selfish by the media. Lukaku says his piece. Everybody wants to kill him. Balotelli says his piece. Never. I don't even think he said anything crazy about a coach before. I'm trying to think. The only time he's hit back at his coach was in Brescia, and that was because he was trying to dismiss the racist stuff that was happening to him, and he spoke his mind on that. It's crazy how we pick and choose who we allow to speak their mind. This is diva behavior. This is diva behavior by Pulisic, to put that in there. He gets so now Tuchel gets to have to get his name shitted on. Now it matters what the player wants. I thought it was about the team. Do you know what? Now we're changing the rules. Now we're changing the rules. That's interesting to me, man. That's very interesting. I would like to see Mbappe make a book and even have one little man. All Mbappe said like 2 or 3 weeks ago, me and the teammates that I have, we have a working relationship. That's all he said. They called him selfish. They acted like this guy just laid out plans to bomb the world or some shit by just saying, me and the teammates that I got, we have a working relationship. Meanwhile, in Pulisic's book, I don't even know why he has a book, but he gets to throw his coach under the bus. You know what I'm saying? And he gets to have the media give him a pass for that. That's wild. That's wild. That's wild to me, man. That's wow. Now it's about what the player wants. Oh man, the coach lost. You know, the coach can't lose. Man, that's interesting how we pick and choose when to use that, man. We pick and choose when to use that, and then we get to destroy. I done seen players get their careers destroyed by saying one thing about a coach. One thing. I'm talking about some really good players too, man. They say one thing about the coach, or they show one iota of of opposition to the coach's vision, they get shipped out, or the manager says something, and then they get shipped. That's interesting, man. That's very interesting. Now, like I said, Pulisic, I don't even think he's gonna get any starting time with Graham Potter, whatever the new coach is, because he came in and Pulisic wasn't including in the starting lineup. And I've been trying to tell you, normies, no, I'm gonna start acting like Coach Greg Adams. I'm gonna start telling you, casuals. I'm telling you, he's not. There's no place for him. He's not a starter on Chelsea. He's just not that good. How many times the proof is there. He's not going to start for Grandpa. Then you guys are going to be asking for his job. You can't just give people playing time just because you like him. You have to earn it. These guys are in training every day. I kept telling you guys, but he's playing out of position a lot. Kai Havertz is playing out of position. You know, dude, Mason Mount is basically playing out of position, if you think about it. Kai Havertz is a creative play. They have him playing forward like false nine. That's not his position. His best position is when he's in the midfield, anywhere where he can create. You know, any position in the midfield where he can create and not necessarily have a whole lot of defensive responsibilities, or you can play him behind the striker, you know what I'm saying, and have him create for others that way too. Also, that's when he's at his best. But have you heard him complaining? Does he have a fucking documentary coming for him? Does he have the media to protect him? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is this? What is this? It's interesting because Lukaku like got crucified, like just for saying, you know, I'm missing, even though it was a power movie, he was trying to get back to Inter, but he felt that something was wrong. And that's what I said at the time. He feels something is wrong with the tactics. He's the only striker they got. You know what I'm saying? It was just his opinion at the time, and I thought, oh, he's just trying to go back to Inter. Man, they ran him up the flagpole. But we make excuses for people we like. With that statement right there, it's interesting who we use that on. You know, all of a sudden now the players can't lose. I thought now they don't call people rip on these basketball players for running the team. You know what I'm saying? You know, why are these players running the team? It's now what, like for Pulisic, it's okay. What he says matters. Why does what he says matters? Like, it'll be different if it was like Thiago Silva, like who obviously hasn't been at Chelsea long. I'm just saying his name is of significance because of who he is, and what he means to football. You know what I'm saying? Or if Aspilicueta says something, right? Because he's a veteran at the club, he's the captain. His opinion matters. What? Okay, because look, it's not a shot at Pulisic. It's really the media. How I done seen the media just destroy players for something simple, and we get to protect. I don't like that. I don't like that. And then these are going to be the same people, because like I said, when it comes to sports, there's no, America's full of crap when it comes to this whole meritocracy thing. It's all about who we like. That's all that is. There's no such thing as meritocracy. These are going to be the same people that are going to complain about ladies doing this, ladies doing that. Andrew Tate got destroyed by public opinion. You know, they're using your tactics. I'm sorry, people act like this is coming out of nowhere. They're using your tactics. You guys are full of shit.
Right.
Forget it. And it's actually Tuchel's fault. I've done it myself. I've told a player at the beginning of the week, you know what, you're playing at the weekend. And as the week's going on, I've changed my mind, but I couldn't change it because I knew I would lose the player.
Right.
So that's down to Tuchel. You don't go telling players one thing, and then when it comes to it, you do something else. You completely lose the player, and quite clearly, Pulisic.
If Pogba came up in there, right? If Paul Pogba came up in there and said, "Hey, yo, Mourinho told me one thing. He said I was going to start. He didn't start me." They lose and Pogba says something, they'll be ripping Pogba. Man, yo, listen, man. If Romel went and spoke his piece, Tuchel told, if same situation, Romel writes a book. They'd be making memes about him on Instagram. Wow.
He couldn't care less what Tuchel thinks. Otherwise, he wouldn't have put it in the book.
But just to go back to my original question, why? What have you got to gain by publishing this?
Well, because somebody's told you that people are interested in what you have to say, and you've got a story.
I don't give a fuck what Pulisic has to say. He's a good player. He's known legend. He's not even America. He's not even the best. He's not even the best player in America. He's not even the best. He's not even close. He's not even a top 5 North American player. He's not even a top 5 player in North America. But why? I don't care. Why is this guy being forced upon us, man? And why is he getting away with this? I'll tell you what I care about. How is he getting away with being able to write a book where they know they're going to take that part? Why is he allowed? Why is he allowed to be a distraction, but nobody calls him a diva? But Terrell Owens get his. Never mind. Let's continue.
And even though you're only 22, whatever it is,
24.
You're 24.
Oh, sorry.
You see what he tried to do there? I don't like that. Nigga, you 24. He's not. Stop. People were talking about Balotelli's immaturity and all that stuff when he was like 18, 19. They gave him no breathing room. That's it. He tried to make him the younger. This nigga 24. Nigga my
Yeah,
age.
people are interested. That's why.
Get ready for the book franchise because this is his journey so far.
Sure. And other footballers have done it, and we would be just as critical of them writing books at 22 and 23. This isn't a anti-Pulisic thing.
No.
This is me looking on the outside, looking in and thinking, what have you really got to gain by publishing this?
And when your story is not done or just yet, there's so much more
It's not even that interesting.
for you to write in your career as a professional player, as an international player. There's so many more chapters in your life that you're gonna learn from and that you're gonna improve because you went through this experience.
But yeah, I just wanted to get to that because that part annoyed me. Now we got to put the players' interests over the team. That's interesting. That's very interesting, man. We did not give we give passes for the people, man. We like, man. Wow.